they will fail. We are blaming each other, pointing fingers at men, trying to blame them how they're making relationships not work. For a relationship to be successful, it only needs loving, caring, and maybe having lust or sex. We don't need to commit, right? Wrong. Why do modern relationships fail? Higher expectations. People nowadays, they have high expectations compared to the past. I want to make sure that you can meet my physical and emotional needs. At the same time, that you have a certain level of standard. I am looking for a specific kind of a human being for me to be in a relationship with them. As we expect that much from our partners, for it to be in a certain level, in a certain way, it needs hard work. It needs sacrifice. It needs compromise. We are only trying to see our partners in a certain way. We want them to be perfect. And if they are not perfect, if he's not an alpha man, and if he doesn't earn a certain figure salary, I am not going to have a relationship with them. We don't want even to nurture them so that they can be better men. We don't want to commit. At the same time, we expect it to be a better relationship. So everyone is trying to walk away from a relationship that involves more committing, sacrifice, involves more hard work. And at the end of the day, they try to admire the people that are building successful relationship, not forgetting that these people, they are putting in more work. Most of them are compromising, are understanding their partners and accepting their imperfection because that is who they are. They are human beings. So you want to build a successful relationship, but you want them to be in a certain way, to be perfect when they do things. If she's not understanding, if she has not fully grown up emotionally, you won't accept her to be your wife in the near future. But understand this, for her to evolve into being a better lady that we want her to be, she needs to learn her weaknesses. At the same time, be ready to evolve. You also need to be patient with her, accept her flaws. It's all about expecting a relationship to be in a better way, but we are not ready to commit in it. We are not ready to put in more hard work. We want a certain living standard. What you're forgetting is nowadays the living standards are high. And what you expect at the moment cannot happen overnight. It needs time, patience. It needs you to work extra harder for that. You won't have time to communicate with your lady or with your man. You will be busy looking for the money. And if your partner is not ready to understand that you cannot always be in a communication with them so that you can be able to go on a certain level, it will fail. They will think you're being unfaithful to them. You don't care about them. You don't love them. If she cannot compromise, understand, then there is a huge problem that is going to fail. So we want partners who are perfect, partners who are earning a six-figure salary, a certain modern life, people to be emotionally mature. How will that work out for you if you are just trying to figure out how to get the money? It won't. We are always expecting constant growth in the relationship, not forgetting that for it to be successful, we need to work extra harder. And sometimes things doesn't go the way you want them to go. Sometimes you need to sacrifice some things for the other things to be successful. So it can never be a constant growth in the relationship. We have ups and downs, and you need to understand that. We are expecting to have partners who are always there for us, satisfy us sexually with a mutual benefit of pleasure. And when they do fail just one time, you want to call it quit. You don't want to understand. We are always expecting to have a perfect relationship. When difficult times appear, some of the women don't want to face that. They prefer leaving the relationship and maybe they will come back later on when everything is okay. The man has solved every problem. Maybe you're not on the same understanding and you expect him maybe to lower his guard and give you a chance, of which I do understand, but let's also understand that if the man is the head of the relationship, most of the time you're supposed to trust his instincts. And when you do disagree, when you argue, you are not supposed to leave the relationship, to dump your partner because you had a disagreement or an argument. It's normal, it's part of life, it's part of the relationship, it's part of growth. We are also expecting to have partners who are emotionally intelligent. That is our expectation. We don't want to lower our standards, not understanding that the only way someone can grow into being a better person is if they finally learn that they are never right and they need to work on themselves, and that needs patience, it needs understanding, someone who is ready to compromise and understand that the lady or the man has not really fully matured, and I will be there for them as far as they are ready to evolve into being better people. But we are never ready for that, are we? We don't want to push our partners, support them emotionally, and try to tell them that the way they behave, they need to adjust. But for something to be in a better way, it needs someone who can also push it to reach a certain goal. So if you're not ready for that, that is one of the reasons why the modern relationships will never work. They will fail. We are blaming each other, pointing fingers at men, trying to blame them how they're making relationships not to work. We are not ready to understand that we also need to take the responsibility, be able to face that we make mistakes, and we need to adjust. We are not ready to take accountabilities, compromise in the relationship. Why? I am a modern lady. If he cannot afford, I am not going to be in a relationship with him. Who are you? Financial stress. We expect to live a certain modern city life. We found ourselves that we are emotionally drained. We don't want to be open to our partners and tell them, you know what, this is what we are going to do so that we can survive. We want to live a certain lifestyle. At the same time, we don't want to sacrifice. You might be trying all your level best, working extra harder to get certain things in the relationship to make sure that our relationship is in a certain level. Don't forget that whenever you get a difficult time and everything is not working out, we need to talk to our partners and be open with them. And if we cannot achieve a certain way of living because of the high standards of living, we need to understand that at this particular time, we are only trying to survive. And it's okay to survive at this moment. If your partner cannot understand that, they only expect better things, they're not ready to be all in with you, then that is one of the other reasons why the modern relationships are failing so easily. If you're always stressed as a man because of the finances, then that is also one of the other things that will make modern relationship fail. We need to be ready to adjust. Lack of commitment. There is lack of long-term vision. For you to be a successful couple, you need to have a vision. And if you do have a clear vision of your life, of your relationship, you will work extra harder for that relationship. The only way for us to reach a certain level, to be successful, a man needs to do certain things in his life. A lady needs also to work on certain things in her life. Always, always support your partner. Do you want to succeed? Do you want to be a couple that will be happy after 10 years? He should be ready to work on his career. If the woman has also a career, she should also work on her career. And at the same time, she should understand that the man should always be their purpose. Being there for him, supporting him achieve his career, making sure that when he goes to work, maybe he is okay to compromise, to be understanding, and sometimes if he needs help, you are ready to always jump in if you can help. And if no one told you, sometimes for it to be a successful relationship, you need to concentrate on your man as the purpose. I'm not saying that you're supposed to quit on your job, no. But put your man as the first person, let your job come the second. This will make you to have passion in your relationship. You will love doing everything. You will love even preparing a meal for your man. At the end of the day, for this to work out, we need to have a vision. What are we actually working on? What are we preparing for in the near future? If you understand that you're trying to build a relationship for a lifetime, trust me, maybe your man has a purpose in the relationship, and if he is a good man, will be worth it at the end of the day. You understand him, you be there for him, support him, you can listen to him, be emotionally supportive, and you can also support him pursue his career. We are not ready for that, are we? No. We want to pursue our own careers. We don't care about men. We are independent women, and I don't need a man in my life. Who told you that? You might not need a man in your 20s, in your 30s, and even in your 40s. But remember, whenever you reach in your 50s or in your 60s, that is how you will learn the benefits of having a man in your life. We are trying to compare ourselves with men. What a man can do, a woman can do better. Fine. But we are created different. The way men behave, the way they react to certain things is so different on how women behave and react on certain things. Technology is one of the things that has brought us together. Nowadays, if you miss someone, you can video call. But it's also one of the things that is making our relationship to break. Why? We don't see the importance of seeing each other if we can video call. We talk too much on the phone, in that even when we do meet, we have nothing to talk about. That discourages someone to meet their partners. If we are in a relationship and we go to dating apps, it might lead to infidelity. We see certain people in a certain way with a certain image. They look like perfect human beings, perfect women. And you as a man, you will be tempted to compare your lady to the image. And when we see that it's not perfect, we try to blame our partners. Technology has brought us together, but it is also one of the things that is making our relationships break. The last one and the most important one is lack of communication. We fear communicating our wants, our desires to our partners. We don't want to tell our women that, you know what, I love sex. They want us to improve our sex life. We expect our partners to read our minds, get to understand us, and go with your way of thinking. If it's a boring sex life, adjust. Talk. Have a conversation with her or with him. Tell him or tell her that you're not enjoying. You want it to be in a better way. Trust me, it will help your relationship. We have many reasons why modern relationships are not working. To my understanding, these are the major ones that people are not considering and are not ready to evolve and learn and correct so that their relationships can work. And if you do watch up to this point, kindly comment down below by saying, I am with you. Until next time, be safe, take care, and let's have peace.